Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Lightning Bliss critiques her own work / semi-ever reaction. I mean, technically, can't really react to something you've already seen. But again, this is more of me critiquing my work in the TF2 Analysis Anarchy project that was directed by Josh Scorcher and Dr. Wolf. So this is the next video that came after the big project that was made by the former editor. So technically we are getting into the first video that I ever edited for the project. This was before the blue team ever came to be. This was before Lightning Bliss became a blue team heavy, so yeah. And sorry if I seem a little groggy. I like doing these in the morning so I can get bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for other things. So at this point we're just going to get started again. Here is TF2 Analysis Anarchy Star Search. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, the text! It's so wrong! That's like from my show. The text right there. Because I didn't have TF2 Analysis Anarchy text. Oh, it's horrible.
So, you want to be on the team, huh?
Well, you know, I just saw that there might be a big chance, and I just want to be on the team.
I would
Dr. Wolf's too big.
You be part of this team.
Once again, I made him too big.
Great mental fortitude in a hectic situation.
Yeah.
I hate your mane. Rejected.
Oh. Okay, so that little thing right there, that was just kind of a small little effect where I opened, like, another layer underneath that layer and made a trapdoor.
We're holding auditions for the recently opened soldier position on our team.
Recently opened? What happened to Phantom Horn?
Well,
ooh, I did a pan.
Let go.
Because I wasn't comfortable with that. I wanted to keep them at the same size, and
he died.
I didn't want to change the size of the characters and the background too, so I tried a panning effect.
Yeah, no.
Didn't turn out as good as I'd liked.
Anyone who would want to be a soldier after hearing that.
Hey, are you guys still holding auditions?
Whoa, you're not auditioning for the soldier role, are you?
No, I'm auditioning for Sentry number 3.
Okay, I'm gonna pause. So, right here you see Golden Fox and Keyframe. Then you have Dr. Wolf and Firebrand. I want to make it clear that the vectors that were made for this were made by Vector Brony, and the current ones that were in use that were made by Vector Brony were Josh Scorcher and Dr. Wolf. The vectors for Keyframe actually belong to her, because we currently, at the time, did not have any of Keyframe's vectors on hand, and I guess they didn't want to overwhelm Vector Brony with work. Excuse me. And, so we had to use her vectors currently for the situation, and she's a great artist. I mean, that's how her character is represented in her show. And then you have Golden Fox's vectors, and those were made by himself. And he does amazing vector work too, but I don't think we could possibly ask him to do as much as what me and Vector Brony are already doing, because he has his own show to take care of as well. So that being said, we start out using their vectors for cameos and stuff. However, as you will see later on throughout the show, you realize that that Golden Fox and Keyframe actually do join up in the TF2 series. And Dr. Wolf really wanted to keep to the show style that they already established with Firebrand and Dr. Wolf and the others. So yeah, some big adjustments had to be done for that. But for what we were using right here, it worked out okay, though I'm sure there might be a little confusion with the fact that Keyframe looks very different to everybody else in this episode. But again, this is what we had to work with at the time, and I worked with it. I also want to point out that when Keyframe entered the stage, she was having like an apple cider drink. Originally her face used to be red, but Keyframe said she didn't want to come off as being drunk. And I respect Keyframe. She's not a drunk. She's not a drinker. She doesn't do that kind of stuff. It was kind of just for kicks. And so yeah, I had to alter the vectors a little bit and redo that scene at one point, but it wasn't a big deal. So why am I putting glasses on? Habit. Anyway, continuing in 3, 2, 1.
Auditioning for the soldier.
No sarcasm, dear.
Why are you so against this? I fit the role like a velvet glove. Violent, angry, fiery, joking.
What? Hey!
Honestly, this was meant for me.
Because I think it's masochistic to play this role.
Oh, so now it's bad to be masochistic.
Could we get the two of you to talk about this elsewhere? Like perhaps
This-
my office tomorrow?
Yeah, this has been
This
happening
was-
more frequently.
This is
We'll
pretty
set up an
stale, I
appointment
admit it.
ASAP.
This was back before Josh and I were actually
we can
talking
talk
about
about
improving things.
Fun.
But that whole scene was pretty stagnant. It was
Lovers,
just
am I right?
everybody standing there talking,
Not
and I could have
dignifying
done some
that.
camera work had I been more confident. This was a test. This is a putting my hoof in the water sort of
You've
test.
overshot it again. You put me in the middle of what looks like a set for some sort of lame Joel Schumacher movie. Yeah, well, you were supposed to teleport me to Universal Studios.
Excuse me, are you here for the audition?
What do you mean they're the same thing?
Hello, hello. My name is Argent Featherpen. I hear you're seeking a soldier for your lovely team, and I would like to play the part.
Seriously, Silver? Come on, we know that's you.
Okay, I have
Besides,
another
the
big
heavy
problem with
isn't
this.
that bad.
Attention, maggots! I am here to be your new soldier, which is a good deal better than be that weak shield of a heavy. And I... Oh,
Pause.
my nondescript...
So there's one problem I had with the entire work so far. See, again, I only had Vector Brony's vectors to work with at the time, and I wasn't confident enough in manipulating them or making my own to help add into it, because you never know. If you feel like there needs to be another facial expression or a pose somewhere, you get the feeling that you just gotta make more, and I didn't want to burden Vector Brony with more stuff than he had to do. That being said, at the time I made this, I wasn't confident enough to ask if I can make my own, or if I can alter some vectors a little bit. So what happens is that characters talk and their mouths are shut, because that's the only expression I have for them. I hate that. It doesn't make sense when a character is talking. It doesn't make sense. So, if their mouth is shut and they're talking, it really irritated me. So, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm OCD about these kind of things. But, and yeah, I'm not joking. I kind of am OCD. So, yeah. Yeah, that annoyed me for a while. And then, I think slowly and surely, I don't know which episode I actually started to branch out. But, yeah, I think the first 2 episodes I wasn't confident enough, but it kind of annoyed me a bit. But again, not confident enough to fix it, so there you go. So back to the video, and 3, 2, 1.
Deities, you are the sexiest thing I have ever beheld. Ooh, back at you, big boy.
Nope, I don't ship it.
Yep,
More
did it again.
importantly, why are there 2 of them? Is this another mirror pool incident, or
Yep,
one of them?
did it again. I
machinery?
hate that.
Either way, it might be dangerous.
Either way, we should shoot them both and sort it out later.
Oh my, I never agreed
Wasn't
to any
confident
violence.
enough
I just
in
thought it looked
background
fabulous
changes
in that
either.
helmet. You call that a firearm? I call that cold outside. Innuendo.
Ow! What the bloody...
Uh-oh. I had other plans for this footage and like actual have movement going on, but I think Firebrand said no just to keep it as like still positions, which I think it turned out pretty good with that idea too. Uh-oh.
Oh, snap.
Okay,
Great
first
idea.
animation was that eye twitch I did.
Next snap! Attack! Next snap! Ah, next snap!
That was a special effect I did. I was a little confident in those. Oh, and my first fire effect.
Oh man, look, see what that stupid pink alicorn made me do.
You're hired.
Wait, what? Are you joking with this? After all this mess I made?
If by mess you mean masterpiece, then absolutely. Wait, that's not a word.
Plus, you've
Something
shown
happened to
great capability
Firebrand,
for destruction,
Josh's
while at the
lines
same
at that
time
part.
leaving
It
the
seemed
people who ensured
fuzzy
their
at one
position
point.
completely untouched. That shows either a subliminal sense of self-control or an unprecedented amount of luck, both of which would be a valuable asset to the team.
Also, you destroyed the entire audition room.
That was my effect right there, the wood falling over.
We kind of have no choice but to go with you.
Hey guys, what do you do? Okay, right. See you tomorrow. Walking away very fast.
Well, if it means I get the chance to introduce a little anarchy, causing indiscriminate chaos and destruction while feeling absolutely no remorse whatsoever, happy to be of service.
Zane's artwork. This artwork right here was made by Zane. He's a vector and artwork creator, and I actually have that very same piece hanging up on my wall that's been signed by 4 of the Red Team members. I'm hoping one day I'll get all the signatures. It's going to be a challenge though with NY and Mad Munchkin because they're overseas. And well, I heard NY is coming down to America for Winnie City, I think. I could be wrong. I heard he's coming down for a con, and unfortunately I can't make it to that one. It's too expensive for me. Keyframe, though, has offered me, and I may just have to take her up on it, even though it's not the same, because I want to personally meet everybody and get their signature, but circumstances are not in my favor, so yeah, Keyframe offered to take my artwork, the artwork that has the signatures on it, and have NY sign it for me, so that'd be cool. So, that was Star Search. I know it was my first video, and Doc and Josh seemed to like it, and Silver Quill gave some pointers on it. I don't like it right now anymore. That tends to happen after you progress through your videos, and you start to hate the older ones. With me, anyway. I wasn't confident enough in readjusting vectors. I wasn't confident enough in doing camera shots and angles. And I got really irritable at the fact that vectors were did not have their mouths open while they were talking. So yeah, that was just lots of nitpicks on my part, but didn't have much control of it at the time. See, at the time that I was brought onto the project, I was supposed to edit everything together. That meant I needed to follow the script and basically interpretate what the script is talking about in the situation. And they gave me vectors, which were made by Vector Brony, and they gave me Ink Rose took pictures in the TF2 game for me to use, because they thought it'd be better to use the actual backgrounds of the game rather than create everything from scratch, because that would have taken much more unnecessary work. Especially if people can't identify what it is, because artwork is in the eye of the beholder, right? So, that said, not my proudest of all the TF2 videos, though it is a starting point. In a way, it does hold nostalgia for me, because this is where I started in the project. Look where I am now. But yeah, this is basically where it all began for me as the editor for it, and I remember being very excited, very nervous about doing it. Whew. I hope I don't ramble too much on these, but yeah, because this was actually a short video. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but yeah, how I came onto the project. Dr. Wolf basically just asked me, they needed an editor, and yeah, I think I already said that, so yeah. That's basically my first video project for the TF2 Analysis Anarchy. Not my proudest, but it definitely was nostalgic for me to go back on and look at and see where I needed to improve back then. And that's really all she wrote, guys, so stay tuned for another episode. I'll be launching next week, probably on Monday, same time. And, yeah. Keep an eye out for those rainbows. They'll make you smile.